Hey everybody, welcome back to my anime ride channel, Giz Anime. Today we're going to be doing a couple figures, and I might condense this video with some others later on down the line so that I'm just not spamming them out. With that said though, the figures that I'm showing off today will be Milim from Reincarnated as a Slime. This is the Festival version, Harvest Festival version, and then Rimuru as well. I got both of these figures. I get most of my figures from Sure Things Toys. They're actually a pretty good site. Not sure if anybody wants to go look them up. This isn't a paid advertisement, of course, because I'm not big enough for them to care. But they're definitely worth checking out. It's free shipping within the US, no matter what you get. With that being said, let's get on to these two guys. Alright, everybody. So, he comes in a few different pieces. So, it's kind of unique. Here's one of his wings. Here is the clip for it, or the peg, stud, whatever you would want to call it. Here is the other one, beside each other. Then we have his sword. The figure itself. We have his scabbard in his hand, and he is standing on top of this rock formation, but he actually comes with a base as well. It's your typical base, clear plastic, but it's actually kind of big. So his base will sit on his base, and he has the two pegs on the bottom that push down and up. So you push him down and push these up in there, and he is definitely in there. So, alright everybody, here he is. After quite a bit of struggle on this wing here, it does like an L shape, and the holes in the back, for whatever reason, seem to be unaligned. So you really got to force it in there, and it almost feels like you're going to break the wing at about here, having to constantly push in. So that's something to keep in mind if you do buy one of these. But he is pretty neat looking, is he not? I love the translucent effect in the hair to give, you know, more of his slime feel to him. It goes from like a darker blue up at the top, and then as you go down, it becomes clear. But there is a lot of detail. He's got a lot of waving in his clothes, a lot of creases. His wings look really nice. Already managed to get some cat hair on one of them. Look at this. I have so many animals. Could be dog hair. Then we got the rock. He comes with these two pegs in here that hold under his wings and go into these little grooves. But it kind of blows the aesthetic.
What are you, gay?
Throws the aesthetic off. Supports pretty well on its own. I don't know why they would have those unless they eventually pop off for some reason. Seems a little odd to me. And also, I wish they would put a little more thought into things like this. If you're going to have these little things that go down into the base, the man's a slime. Color it blue and make it look like slime trailing down or something. But there he is again. And now we will do Milim. Alright, everybody. And she's just one solid piece. She's even attached to her base, unlike most figures that I've got where you actually have to throw them on there. So she is definitely not coming off of here. One of the things with her, just like with Rimuru, she has the pegs down here for those little stands, but I do not. I mean, they have it to where this is really high up, so maybe her cape is supposed to be, you know, really high.
I'm so high right now.
Because the other one is under her leg, so they have one here for her foot, but I don't see the point. With that being said, let's actually take a gander at her. So we have Rimuru, who is a solid plastic, not the PVC that we typically see. He has this really clear translucent effect going on, and then he gets kind of less translucent as we go down, and the bottom of him is even darker. So there's that. Like with Rimuru, we have the flowing color, and then as it gets further down, we get more of a translucent effect. It looks like it's kind of fading out. Her face looks pretty nice. Cannot zoom in a little better, camera, so that they can see her mouth. She actually has a dang mouth on her. There we go. Maybe it's just my lighting. Oops, that helps a lot. So, alright. And you can see the translucent effect way better since I took that light down. Using my phone and there's additional light because it kind of helps at times, but here it seems to have hindered this process. Her boots
Question for you. What are those?
look like they're a metallic red. Like they literally look like they're metal. So she has like armor plating on her boots as she's stomping down on this ground that is tearing apart. She has a stocking on one leg, and then like this. Well, maybe this is a stocking too? No. I was going to say this might be a stocking that she's just rolled up for some reason, but who knows with this girl. So we have the waving cape in the back with the red in the other side. We have her trademark little cowlick, I guess you would call it. That's pretty massive looking. She's doing the... I'm not sure what sign this is. Is that like the OK sign? No, that's not the OK sign. I don't know what this sign is. She has a little clasp around her neck. That is... We can't get it to zoom in. We've got a red and a blue. And then there is a white in the center. So this little clasp around her cape. I really love Rimuru on her. Like the really clear looking feel to him. I'm not sure if he's supposed to look like that though. He's missing... I don't know if he's missing it or if he's supposed to have like no dash on this eye and the dash on the other eye. We've got R2, Demon Lord Rimuru. He is pretty incredible.
What's in the bar?
Hey everybody, welcome back to my anime reaction channel, GK Anime. Today we're going to be doing a unboxing of the real McCoy for One Piece. Pretty much I guess the first one in the series. I'm not sure. There are several of them, and they all have like little small, I wouldn't call them scenes, but like poses basically with different things. With that said though, let's get on to this and see what it looks like all assembled and put together, and kind of go over the details of each piece. So as always, we'll start off with the base, and here is the base. We've got this pillar, and at first I thought that this was water that they're standing on, but I'm pretty sure this is more like a smoke effect that we've got going on here. We've got several different shades of gradient going throughout the pillar. We have got like these rocky type formations here on the base. And we've got different variations of shade within the smoke as well. We've got all kinds of swirling patterns going around the base too. And then the bottom of the base is just hollow. Alright, let's start off simple. We will start off with Chopper. He goes pretty much in the forefront of the base. So this is, again, the base. And Chopper goes into this front piece here. And then we've got Soka King or Usopp here. And then Zoro here. And then Luffy sits on top of this. Chopper looking rather adorable with his chubby cheeks full of food. We've got the metal clasp that goes around his antler where it got broke off. His signature pink hat with the X on it, which signifies, you know, doctor or medical expert, I guess. Chopper is not PVC. He is made out of plastic, so he's bendable. Whereas some of the others, like Luffy and Zoro, are a combination, I'm guessing, of PVC and plastic. You can see that the hat has all these markings in them, kind of giving it this fuzzy type look, as well as his body right in the front. Next up, we've got Usopp, who got the shaft, as far as I'm concerned, on detail. Really, I think Chopper is even more detailed than him, and as he just looks better. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. You've got his gun and his long snout. The bandage around his snout looks really well done. The goggles on his sun looking type mask that he made for himself during this arc, where he decided to rename himself Soka King after he got into the fight with Luffy. You've got his cloak with, you've got like a darker shade here, and then it works into like a lighter shade. Several different folds and creases, which give weight to, you know, just the illusion of it moving. You also have his hand here that's holding the bottom of the gun. So you can see that his hand has nails on it. So even though, as you're looking at the figure facing forward, you do not see his hand, but they still went ahead and didn't skip on the detail with the hand. You see the folds and creases in his shirt. Overall, I don't think that this is bad. I just don't think it's amazing. Alright, then we got Zoro. Alright, here's Zoro's sword. This is the only sword he has that is not attached to him. The hilt looks very detailed. We've got this really fine wrapping effect going around it. And then Zoro himself, probably in my opinion, gets the most detail. Starting off with just a front face look, we've got the slash mark, the scar across his chest, his chiseled abs, you've got the green scarf around his waist, these, not sure if these are shorts or pants, since our boy is missing some legs here, but we've got several wrinkles and creases in his pants. We've got incredible detail in each of his hilts. The bandaging around this one with all these blue ridges going across it. This X-type hilt with the lines going through it. And then we've got the black one with this small metallic looking notch here. And then the small metal piece going around it. This cloak or coat of his has all these really nice button pieces. You've got the clasp here, and then on the other side you've got the buttons, each finely detailed looking. You've got the waves in his cloak. Again, the gradient blue. We've got like the dark blue inside here that moves out into a lighter blue. The shoulder pieces for like the admiral type jackets with each of the fringes on them. Even his nose looks really nice, like just how they have it coming out. His his earrings in his ears. Alright, then for Luffy we have his signature straw hat. Rather iconic. We have this small notch on it as well. Huge chunk of meat that he is eating. Highly detailed with the meat and the fat going around it. We've got the light gradient browns that are going around it. We got like this greenish type color too. It is really kind of big. His cloak that attaches to him has a few creases in it. And then Luffy, looking pretty much like Chopper, with the fat chubby cheeks full of food. Again, pre-time skip, so he doesn't have the big massive scar on his chest. But he definitely is not skipping out on ab day. His incredibly detailed shorts slash pants with the button and the belt loops. And then we've got, again, the dark blues going down into like this lighter blue, into the frill on his pant legs that are kind of fluffy looking. They have like this really white, fuzzy type aesthetic to them. There we go. You got his feet with the sandals. The small scar under his eye. Alright, so here's our boy fully assembled. The notch on his hat goes into this piece of meat to give it more like a floating effect, or like it's flying off of his head. Here is the entire thing fully assembled. As I stated in the opening, it is not as big as I was hoping. I went on two different sites. One site said it was about 9 inches tall. The other said it was 12, and it is more on the 9 than 12. I do not have one of those cool bases I can put it on to where I can rotate it around, so excuse me for that. But it does look rather incredible. And like I said, there were several of these, so I might try to get some more of them. Let me know what you all think. Hey everybody, so this is another figure in the short series that I have going on. This one that I got is the Gear 4 Luffy GQ figure. This is the box it came in, so it is a pretty sizable box that he came in. The figure is about 20 inches tall, roughly. Pretty heavy at that too. I have another one coming in at some point later on for Zoro. It's not quite as big, but I will be doing probably a video by itself just for him. But with that said, let's get on to this figure and see what it's all about. As I said, he's about 20 inches tall from the base to the top.
That's quite big.
His hand is obviously extra heavy, hence the support thing. And I've kind of wish that this clear plastic support looked more like this smoke effect. Like they could have built that in here or around this actually to give it more of a cohesive look to it. Now my biggest gripe on this guy is back here, whoever did the paint job kind of slacked off here. As you can see, some of the paint isn't within the edges of the actual figure. That said, the majority of him still looks really well. The coloring, the shading on most of it's still really great. You have the gaps here. There's really nothing I think they could have done about that other than try to form one big piece. But I do not think that's possible with this guy, because I'm pretty sure they're all like that. With all that said though, let's get on to the positives. I really love this metallic look with the red and there's like this kind of gradient black that's fading in effect that they've got going on for his armament hockey. Also on his skipped leg day legs. The shorts on him look really nice. The faded look, the wrinkles, the different variations of shading, the tearing and the clothing, all the way down to the hem. You've got like all the stitch effect going on from the paint job. The back pants pockets look really nice. The scarf looks a little underwhelming, but honestly, I really don't pay that much attention to it. It looks like it's just one solid color, pretty much. There is a little bit of shading. You can see like the darker orange and the lighter, but not a whole lot. You've got this Hawaiian, like, well, to me it's Hawaiian. I'm not really sure if this is Hawaiian or not. Jacket. It kind of moves a little, so it gives it like a waving effect in a way. I'm not sure if it's supposed to have this metallic edging or if this is where they skipped on painting too. Most likely right here with all these scuff marks, or if this is just because the hem is tore up, so this could also be possible battle damage and wear and tear, so that could be another representation of that as well. So we're just gonna say that's what that is for ease of mind, for my sake. His signature straw hat, which looks really nice. It has the obvious straw hat-like effect with some obvious battle-worn damage too. Very little of it though on the top You can see it kind of fraying. Not sure if that's intentional because I'm not sure if Luffy ever really damages the hat in the show or not. Wanted to keep it pristine to get back to Shanks one day. But it definitely does look very nice. All right, and then we have his massive hand. The hand is probably the size of the whole character by itself. You have the smoke effect on the top of it as well. And it goes all the way around it, of course, on all of its sides. Again, with the metallic red and black that blend really well together. Like I said, for the most part, the person that did this did a pretty good job in my opinion. Just they kind of slacked off on the back. Like they forgot how to color inside the lines all of a sudden. Again, you've got his pants with the fraying, his legs. We've got kind of like a vein effect going. And you even got like individual toes here. So I really like all the detail that this thing has in it. All right, and then we've got his angry face. Actually, let's do the hair first. So the hair is really detailed. It's really... I've got like a really high quality camera on this right now. So you can see it's pretty grainy too. But you back off, you can't really tell. Only if you get really super close. You can also see like red highlights. You've got his incredibly angry looking face. His ears look really nice. Like all the detail in his face, the brow, the veins popping out of his brow, the clenched teeth, the nose. All this shading here looks really well done. This little tassel thing on his hat with the rope wrapping around it. Then you've got his scar on his chest. Thanks to Akainu, who I hope dies by the end of the show. An incredibly well-defined six-pack. The scar looks really nice. It looks incredibly detailed. It has like a real flesh feel to it because of all the ridges that it has on it. More tattooing in the front that this guy did not paint correctly. And I did notice this. I'm not sure what this is around his ear. If this is supposed to be here, if that's a vein popping out of his face, or if that's uncolored hair that this guy skipped or missed. So there's that too. On a whole though, I gotta say for the little bit of money I paid for this, I am definitely happy about the purchase.